Namaskaram.
Namaskar. So Satyapal Kheraji, I see your note. Don't worry about it. Just let me know when you want to join and what you want to do, either on the chat box or send me an email, and I'll have them take care of it.
Thank you.
There's a lady called Dawn Gill who takes care of everything. Just let me know what you want, and I'll take care of it for you.
Thank you, Dr. Rajan.
So let me get the people who are in the attendee list to come on, and then we'll begin. So we can begin as usual with 3 ohms. Take a deep breath in. As usual, we begin with our disclaimer. When you participate here, it is with the understanding that you're responsible for ensuring that you don't hurt yourself in any way in doing this practice. The best guide to avoiding any problems is to follow an important rule of yoga. Nothing should be done with strain, pain, or distress. Everything should be easy and smooth. And the best way to recognize that you do everything easily and smoothly, without strain, without jerks, any kind of stress in the system, is to keep your spine straight, and everything, whatever you're doing, watch your breath. The breath has to be slow and smooth. As long as it is slow and smooth, and preferably with the exhalation longer than the inhalation, you cannot hurt yourself. But anytime there is a jerk, quick movement, breath will also go fast or irregular. Then you know you have strained yourself. That is an indicator for you can potentially hurt yourself. Yoga is not about a workout. It is about gentle stimulation of the communication of the nadis in the body, mind, spirit field. So with that understanding, we begin our practice with the recognition that life in yoga does not have any liability about the outcome of whatever may happen to you. All the liability is entirely yours. So let's begin with the chakra vibrations. If there is anybody who is new, you can unmute yourself and say so. And that way, I can be a little slower or explain a little more details. Okay, so there is nobody new. So bring your awareness to the perineum and pressing on the little finger with the thumb. We begin with Lam. Take a deep breath. Lam. 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 Release the fingers and continue. Lam. 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 Last time. Lam. Bring your awareness an inch or so above the perineum, and pressing on the ring finger with the thumb, we do Vam. And when we do Vam, feel a slight squeeze in the area behind where we urinated. Take a deep breath in. Vam. 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 Release the fingers and continue. Vam. 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 Last time. Vam. Now bring the awareness behind the navel in the middle of the body, and as you draw in at the navel, we do Ram, pressing on the middle finger with the thumb. Ram. 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 Release the fingers, continue. Ram. 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 Now bring the awareness to the middle of the chest, in between the breasts, and here we do yum, pressing on the index finger of the thumb. Yum. 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 Release the fingers and continue. Yum. 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 Bring the awareness to the throat, and here we do hum. Thumbs up, loose fist. Hum. 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 Release the hands and continue. Last time. Bring your awareness to the middle of the head, and there we do chum. Thumbs up, loose fist. Chum. 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 Release the hands, continue. Chum. Top of the head, we do Om, thumbs up, loose fist. Release the hand. Continue. Last time. Now we go on to the Ujayi Pranayama, the happy face breathing. Bring your awareness. For those of you who need instructions, bring your awareness to the lowermost part of the mouth that connects into the neck, and focusing there, make a big smile. As the cheeks come out, feel a stretch in the lowermost part of the mouth. And keeping the focus on the stretch, inhale and exhale in slow, deep breath. It'll feel like a mild sucking sensation when you inhale, and when you exhale, it'll feel like a reverse sucking sensation. So please continue. Those of you who feel comfortable doing this practice without losing the focus at the throat, as you keep the focus in the throat, as you inhale, you can lift up the shoulders. Exhale, rotate it back and bring it down. So we continue the Ujayi. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now bring your awareness behind the lowermost part of the sternum, and from there feel a rising vibration to the middle of the body going out of the top of the head. And mentally visualize a rising vibration that sounds like Haim Em Am. So Haim Em Am, Haim Em Am, Haim Em Am. Feel the flow. Now, bring the awareness to the chest area and visualize the lungs vibrating Haim, Haim, Haim. Now make the Haim into Haim Nam. Haim Nam, Haim Nam, Haim Nam. Now visualize from the middle of the chest, in between the breasts, a rising vibration going out of the top of the head that feels like home, home, home. Now we go on to the spinal alignment exercise, starting with the neck. As you exhale, gently tilt the head one way, coming towards the shoulder. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, tilt the other way, bring the other ear towards the other shoulder, and continue. Last exhalation. Inhale, come back. Exhale, turn the head and look over one shoulder. Inhale, come back. Exhale, turn and look over the other shoulder. Inhale, come back, and continue. Last exhalation. Inhale, come back. With the next inhalation, lift up the chin and take the head back. And as you exhale, bring the chin down towards the chest and continue. Last exhalation. Now we go 360 degrees around the neck. Inhale half a circle and exhale, complete the circle and continue. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now we go in the reverse direction. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now, let's stretch the hands out in front of you. Inhale, lift up the palm and stretch out the fingers as wide as possible. Exhale, thumb in and make a downward facing fist. Inhale and exhale. Last exhalation, keep the fist and go around the wrist. Inhale, half a circle, and exhale, complete the circle, and continue. Last exhalation, and now let's go reverse. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Elbows in line with the shoulders, fists below the chin. Inhale, go around the wrist, open out the palms, and exhale, bring it down. Inhale and exhale. Last inhale and last exhale, and let's go reverse. Inhale and exhale. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Interlock the fingers, bring it behind the head, And as you exhale, twist to one side, inhale, come back. Exhale, twist the other way, inhale, come back, and continue. Last exhalation, inhale, come back. Now get hold of the elbows behind the back. And as you exhale, pull on one elbow, inhale, come back. Exhale, pull on the other elbow, inhale, come back. And continue. Last exhalation, inhale, come back. Bring the hands behind the back. Get hold of the elbows and or wherever you can reach. And as you exhale, twist to one side, inhale, come back. Exhale, twist the other way, inhale, come back, and continue. Last exhalation, inhale, come back. Now get hold of the hips or just above the hips, behind the back with both your hands. And as you exhale, push on one hand and make a backward arch. And inhale, come forward. Exhale, push on the other hand and make a backward arch. And exhale, come forward. And continue. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now we cross one leg over the other and holding the knee, cross it over as you exhale, pull and cross it over to the opposite shoulder and turn the head the other way. Inhale, release. Exhale, pull and turn. Last exhalation, pull and turn. Inhale, release. Let's cross the leg the other way. Exhale, pull and turn. Last exhalation, pull and turn. Now we can stand up for those of you who have no balance issues, and bring your hands behind the back. Get hold of the elbows if you can. And as you inhale, pull back the shoulders and lift up the chin. And as you exhale, lean forward from the hip, only as much as you can. Inhale and exhale and feel the stretch all the way from the bottom of the feet to the hip. The back does not bend. Take a slow, deep breath in and come up. Release the hands. And now we can go on to the alternate nostril breathing. Some of you know the usual routine. As you inhale from one nostril, visualize the breath, awareness of the breath going in the opposite direction and lodging in the middle of the brain. And Then you close that nostril and exhale from the other nostril and feel the awareness come out to the mirror image. Then inhale from this nostril and it comes back, awareness here, and then exhale the other way. So continue. An alternative for people is you can keep your finger here, right in the middle of the forehead at the hairline. Inhale, straighten the awareness there, and exhale, feel it go down. Continue. Now, let's go on to our first round of Bhastrika Pranayama. Let's begin with exhalation. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. Exhale. 7. Exhale. 8. Exhale. 9. Exhale. 10. Exhale. 11. Exhale. 12. Exhale. 13. Exhale. 14. Exhale. 15. Exhale. 60. Exhale. 70. Exhale. 80. Exhale. 90. Exhale. 20. Exhale. Take a deep breath in through the right nostril, hold the breath, and exhale through the left nostril. Now we go on to the spinal mantra. We do the 7 mantras from the feet and ankle to the knees to the lowermost part of the spine, which is in between the buttocks and the back, and then the lumbar spine, the thoracic spine, the cervical spine in the neck, and then in the back of the head, in the very top, called the shikha point. The mantra for the feet and neck are the same, that is Aim. Now let us begin from the feet and ankle with mantra Aim, moving to knees where we vibrate Shim, and move on to the base of the spine where we do Jim. Aim, Shim, Jim. Aim, Shim, Jim. I'm Shim 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 Jim. Now we move from the base of the spine to the lumbar region, then to the thoracic or the back region of the spine with Jim, Jaim, Haim. So let's go. Jim, Jaim, Haim. 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 Now we move from the thoracic spine to the spine and the neck to the back of the head with Haim, Aim, Om. Let's go. Haim, Aim, Om. 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 Now we do all the 7 mantras in sequence, starting from the feet and ankle. Aim, Shim, Jim, Jaim, Haim, Aim, Om. 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 I'm Shim Jim Jam Haim I'm 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 Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham 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 I'm Om. Now we can go on to the next round of Bhastrika. Let's begin with exhalation. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. Exhale. 7. Exhale. 8. Exhale. 9. Exhale. 10. Exhale. 11. Exhale. 12. Exhale. 13. Exhale. 14. Exhale. 15. Exhale. 16. Exhale. 17. Exhale. 8. Exhale. 9. Exhale. 20. Exhale. Take a deep breath in from the right nostril, hold the breath, and exhale to the left. Now let's go on to the next round. Let's begin with exhalation. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. Exhale. 7. Exhale. 8. Exhale. 9. Exhale. 10. Exhale. 11. Exhale. 12. Exhale. 30. Exhale. 40. Exhale. 50. Exhale. 60. Exhale. 70. Exhale. 80. Exhale. 90. Exhale. And 20. Exhale. Take a deep breath through the right nostril, hold the breath, and exhale to the left. Let's go on to the last round. Let's begin with exhalation. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. Exhale. 7. Exhale. 8. Exhale. 9. Exhale. 10. Exhale. 11. Exhale. 12. Exhale. 30. Exhale. 40. Exhale. 50. Exhale. 60. Exhale. 70. Exhale. 80. Exhale. 90. Exhale. 20. Exhale. Take a deep breath in through the right nostril. Hold the breath and exhale through the left. Now mentally tell yourself, I give up all ideas and concepts and I care about nothing. I let go of everything. I let go of everything. I let go of everything. As you affirm, you let go of everything. Feel a lightness come onto your shoulders, maybe also on your head. If you have a personal mantra, you can focus on it. If you don't have a personal mantra, visualize a vibration rising from the lowermost part of the sternum, from behind there, going through the body and out of the top of the head. And that vibration feels like Haim Em Om, Haim Em Om, Haim Em Om. Keep that as the focus and continue while we have Om playing in the background. Mentally affirm to yourself, may I be guided to fulfill the purpose for which I am born. And with that as a thought, become aware of your senses from the top of the head all the way down to the bottom of the feet. With that, whenever you're ready to open your eyes, raise the palm of your hands and look straight into the palm of your hands when you open your eyes. With that, we finish the meditation. So today, like all Sundays, we have the half-hour time for questions, discussions, philosophical elements. So one thing that has been already asked is, Tammy has asked to speak about she has asked me whether I can speak about the Ananta Padmanabha concept. So the story of that comes from Markandeya Purana, that is the first charitra of Devi that is called comes in the Durga Saptashati. So I can share that. But is there anything else that people would like to ask? If so, please unmute yourself and speak up. If there is somebody unmuted, go ahead, Prabhakar.
So when we do Anulom Vilom or between the cycles of the breathing exercise, we only take breath from the right and then leave from the left. Second cycle also repeat the same thing.
Let's
First
make
question is
sure
why.
we don't confuse people. When we are doing at the end of the Bhastrika, what we do, don't call it Anulom Vilom.
Oh, sorry. End of the Bhastrika.
Yes, at the end of the Bhastrika, what you do, yes, you inhale from the right nostril and exhale, hold the breath and exhale to the left. That's correct.
Why do we do that? Why only the right? Why not the other? And is there a...
Yeah, I will explain. The thing is, this is how it is shared in the Ghirnda Samhita and the Hatha Yoga Pradipika. Okay, so that is the formal way in which it is described. Now, the logic behind it is that when you do so much breathing, the entire energy regulation in the body is shaken up. So what you do is when you inhale through the right nostril, it is supposed to be what you call as the heating nostril, and it connects into the left hemisphere of the brain. And when you hold the breath, it forces the left hemisphere, which is the maintenance side, to go and find for a balance with the rest of the body. And so that is why you hold, and when you release through the left nostril, it is the holding forces the left and the right to balance, and then it goes out. The key point is that heat or the energizing helps to balance wherever the imbalance might have occurred, and that's why it is said after the Bhastrika. In normal alternate nostril breathing, we are not holding the breath, right? So here the holding is what does the balancing on the both sides. And then, of course, exhaling to the other. So somebody else had a question?
Dr. Rajan?
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Suresh.
Okay, I have a question. In all the, when you do puja or to temple, all we pray the idols, puja of idol. Do you know why you do the Shivling? We don't do the puja for Shiv Murti or Shiv idol, but we do the ling. Do you know what significance of that?
Okay, what is the significance of the Shivlinga?
Yes.
Your question is, what is the significance of the Shivlinga?
Yes, why we doing Shivlinga, Shivling puja, then not Shivling idols?
Oh, okay. So the question that appears to be asked is the concept of the linga that is used as a representation of Shiva, why it is expressed in that way and is not in the form of a face or something like that. Okay. So the answer to it is the Shivlinga expresses. You see, a Shivlinga is literally an oblong or a cylindrical stone that is placed into a hole. Okay? And that hole is called a yoni. And essentially, the concept of that is the ultimate creation. The male is considered Shiva and the female is considered Shakti. And so the Shiva and Shakti concept are represented over there. So it is really the organs of the male and female that are represented over there as the source of creation. And actually, in that form, it is considered, the referral to it is called Sadashiva or Parashiva. That is the ultimate source from where all creation takes place. So that's why it is kept that way. So let's go on to something about the story of the Durga Shaptashati, the first, this thing that Tammy asked. Tammy, are you still here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you're here. Okay. Any other question? That'll be a little bit longer.
I short.
Okay, so let's go to the story of the Durga Shaptashati. And so the story that comes is from, many of you are aware, in the Hindu tradition, there are supposed to be 18 big Puranas or Mahapuranas, as they're called, old stories. And of course, the way we understand it is when Vyasa put together the Vedic religion, which is completely fire-based worship, where God is beyond name and form, the bringing together of the Vedas and doing the fire-based worship, the in the greater, the subcontinent of India, where there were other 33 different religions, each having worship of different forms and names and all of them. In an effort to bring everybody together, he put in what is the 18 Puranas, which had the traditions of the forms of stories that they had in these various traditions. And one of the stories is called the Markandeya Purana. And within that Purana, there is the description of the Divine Mother of creation, that how the creation takes place and all of that. And so in that one, the first out of the three of the Divine Mother form stories that is there, the first story is called, actually it is in the first story that the description is there, that Ananta Padmanabha, that is the source of all creation, is lying on the primordial energy, which is in a snake form, and in that state of complete, the state of what they say, lying in the ocean of milk, or whatever you can say, outside creation. And from that outside creation state that the Ananta Padmanabha is lying, out of the navel comes out a little Brahma. Brahma is the creator. And then, of course, at that time, the story goes that there is no creation taking place. Everything is placid and this Brahma is ready to create. Then there are two beings who don't want any creation to take place. Creation means more chaos and more things that are going to happen. Why don't we let everything to be in the primordial state of complete peace? No creation, nothing happening. So these two beings that come out of Ananta Padmanabha's ears, they come and they want to kill the Brahma because they say, Brahma, don't mess the things up and begin creation and create a mess. Let everything be peaceful. So they go towards killing the infant Brahma who has been born out of the navel of Anantapadmanabha. So that Brahma starts praying to the Divine Mother. Now the Divine Mother concept is part of Anantapadmanabha, and the Divine Mother is considered to be in the Tamoguna, or the state of complete rest over there, and it is the Divine Mother who has kept in a state of inert state, has put Anantapadmanabha into sleep. So praying to the Divine Mother leaves Anantapadmanabha, so Anantapadmanabha is able to wake up. And then, of course, the fighting takes place with these two so-called Rakshasas who are called Madhu and Kaitaba. And the story that goes is that Madhu and Kaitaba are actually people who don't seek change, everything to be in the same state as before, flow, and that is called they are of the nature of Sattva. So Anantapadmanabha cannot defeat them, but then the Divine Mother goes into them and gives them a sense of pride, the Mahamaya as they say, and so they tell Anantapadmanabha, even you cannot defeat us, so we'll give you any boon you ask, and he says, I want your head, and he chops them off, and that's how Brahma is able to go into creation. So that is the story that of Anantapadmanabha, that concept. So Tammy, you had that question? Is that question?
So what about the lotus? Wasn't there a guy that came out of the belly button on the lotus, and the guy that was on the snake in the milk, whatever, that he ate him and he sat in his stomach again or something? And
No,
then the snake
actually
thing came out of the water that had Shiva in it, and Shiva was like, you guys got it.
No, the guy who was on the snake I have described to you, that's the Anantapadmanabha, the God, the Godhead before all creation. And the one who came out of the navel is Brahma, the creator.
Dr. Anant Padmanabha is Vishnu.
See, what happens is, the thing is, you see, in the
Vishnu is the
Vaishnava
one-
tradition, Mahavishnu is supposed to be God, outside creation. In the Shaiva tradition, Parashiva or Sadashiva is supposed to be God, outside creation.
Yeah.
Whereas what happens is, whether it is Mahavishnu story or Shiva side,
Shiva.
whatever, when creation is ready to come, it is the Divine Mother's force that enables creation. And under the Divine Mother, you have Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, who are very different entities from the Parashiva or Mahavishnu.
They are different entities.
God is outside creation, whereas the forces that create are below God.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So,
Okay?
yes, understood.
Okay.
That
Okay. So, no, you had some background noise, so I muted you. So, did you have another question, Vedji? Then you have to unmute. Yeah.
another question, Doctor. Is there any correlation between the number of petals in each chakra and when we say the Bij mantra like Lom, Lam and Vam? How many times do we have to say that? Is
Okay.
there
I'm going to answer the question, but I'm going to mute you because there is background noise from you. Okay. So, okay. So now the chakras, how many petals there are irrelevant. That comes from the Tantra tradition. In the petals, there are in all the petals of all the chakras together, you have the entire Sanskrit alphabets embedded within them. But within the, but when we focus, we only do one vibration. We don't do all the petals and all this thing. Those are irrelevant. Now, the other thing is how many times we do. we do as many times as is necessary to clear the chakras. And so it is not the same thing every day. For a person who is sensitive, they will feel as they do the vibration in each chakra. How many times they need to do is till such time the vibration from wherever they are focused is able to rise and go out of the top of the head. That's when you know that chakra is clear. Okay, so it is that many times. Each day it might differ. Okay. Okay. So now, Suresh Purohit, go ahead. You can unmute and speak up.
The mantra Om made from 3 syllables. Om. So why we sound as Om? Why say Om?
Okay, I'll answer that question. Om. No problem. Okay. So the Auma is a conception, and it is something that is used as an explanation in the Upanishads. A represents Brahma, U represents Vishnu, and M represents, Ma represents Maheshwara, Vishnu. Now, all of that is irrelevant for us. Om is the one that connects into creation. You see, what happens is, in order to explain something, people can split atoms and tell you all of this kind of things. Okay, so those are all useless. They don't help us. They are all only in order to give more what will you say, explanation and imagination. It is useless. Don't even go there. Okay, Prabhakar, go ahead.
So whenever we say take a breath and release, take a deep breath and then exhale slowly. What's the reason behind it, and what's the significance of it?
Okay. See, what happens is it has got to do with how our physiology and our anatomy is constructed. Okay? If you just watch yourself, just close your eyes and watch yourself, you'll find naturally exhaling, you don't even have to make an effort. But watch, when you inhale, there is a slight effort going. Can you observe? There is a slight effort in inhalation, but no effort in exhalation?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what is happening is, anytime there is slight effort, that effort is a kind of what you would call activation. Any kind of activation involves some effort. But when exhalation is effortless, right? So what happens is, effortless is always more relaxing, and anywhere any little amount of effort is involved, it is less relaxing, right? So what happens is, in the when you inhale deeply, actively inhale, and then you let go and let the exhalation happen. Exhalation will naturally be longer than inhalation, and it will be more relaxing. So that is why, to relax a little bit more, we say let the exhalation be a little longer than inhalation. In fact, a better way to say it is, don't focus on exhalation, let it happen naturally. Just observe the exhalation, let it happen naturally. So automatically the exhalation will be longer than inhalation, and that will be deeply relaxing to the system. That's why it is said that you let the exhalation be longer than inhalation. In fact, if you don't make an effort and if you let exhalation happen on its own, it will be longer, right?
Yeah, actually, as you said, now I can sense that exhalation, you won't even put effort. I mean, you won't know that is happening. It is happening on its own.
Exactly.
So now by putting the sense over there, you are relaxing yourself, or you are trying to put your conscious into relaxed mode.
Actually, all you're trying to do is being an observer of the exhalation.
Exhalation. Okay. Which we consciously we never do. Now we are making an attempt to do that, so that you
observe the natural exhalation happening passively. Okay.
You have that breathing class this Saturday if he's interested, if he's a candidate. That's interesting.
Whatever. I don't know what it is. You can put a note in the chat box for him if he wants.
No, I got it. What Tammy says. Yeah. Thank you,
Okay.
Tammy.
Okay. So, Malti Poddar, go ahead.
Dr. Rajan, when we were doing Bhastrika, of course, you told us that you had to take breathe in, and when you're exhalation, you have to draw your abdominal muscles inside, and you should be forceful. Is that true, or did I concept wrongly?
Okay. See, what happens is, in Bhastrika, the exhalation is slower than inhalation, but there is a little amount of active exhalation going on,
Yes, yes, sir.
as
Yes.
opposed to passive. Okay? So what happens is, this is where there is a distinction between Dirgha Shwasa, Bhastrika, and normal breathing, normal unconscious breathing. Normal unconscious breathing relative to deep breathing is pretty shallow, right? So in normal unconscious breathing, for a person, they may breathe anywhere from 15 to 20 breaths or so per minute.
Per minute, yes.
Now, on the other hand, if you do Dirgha Shwasa, that is slow, deep breathing, you will find the breathing rate per minute can be reduced to 4 to 6 breaths. Okay? So let's watch for yourself. Take a deep breath in and don't focus on exhalation. Let it happen naturally, passively. Fully exhaled.
Yeah.
You can observe when you do deep inhalation and you just let the exhalation be passive, it'll take even longer time, and it'll take approximately around 10 seconds between each inhalation and the next inhalation, right? So what happens is this 5 to 6 breaths, 4 to 6 breaths per minute can be very deeply relaxing, and that is what is called Dirgha Shwasa, or long breath. Now, in this, you will find roughly, on the other hand, in Bhastrika, when we do it the way we do, exhalation is a little more active.
Forceful,
And
yes.
Yes, a little more active. And so what happens is, that is the nature of a Bhastra. A Bhastra are the bellows, right? So in bellows, when the bellow is lifted up and it inhales, when the exhalation is done, you don't simply leave the bellow and it slowly comes down. No, you're actively pushing it down. But when you're actively pushing it down, you're not doing sudden, quick exhalation, because that will disturb the fire. You're actually doing slow but focused exhalation, right? So what happens is, in Bhastrika, you're normally breathing somewhere around 8 to 9 breaths per minute, around 8 to 9 breaths, 7 to 9 breaths, you can say, right? So 7 to 9 breaths per minute, the exhalation is a little more active. That's why it becomes like that. But it is much deeper breath than normal breathing.
Is there supposed to be a little bit hissing noise, like drawing the abdomen inside and then hissing
Actually,
noise?
I don't like the word hissing noise, but yes, there is a noise while exhalation.
Exhalation, yes.
When you
Okay.
exhale, it goes. You hear the sound?
Yes, yeah. And do you take your abdominal muscles inside, right? Draw it
Actually,
inside.
the right description is, if you feel that your xiphoid process, if you can feel it being drawn in, if the xiphoid process is being drawn in, automatically the belly will go in slightly.
Correct, yeah.
Okay? So the xiphoid process being drawn in is the key indicator, and the description is, feel the xiphoid process being drawn in, and the neck also being constrained, and the head feels like it is being emptied.
Okay.
That is the description, and do it with the vibration, like you feel that's the light sound.
Hissing
The
noise.
word in Sanskrit that the Gheranda Samhita describes it is called saswanam. So the exhalation has to be done with saswanam. So that is why the sound.
Sound. Okay.
Dr. Rajan, can I share something with you?
Go ahead, Vedji.
Shakuntala
No,
Mahadev.
it is Shakuntalaji. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to share because when somebody was asking, I'm talking from medical point of view, why exhalation should be longer than inhalation? Because what happened during inhalation, the sympathetic nerve is stimulated, which is a stimulant. And during exhalation, vagus nerve is stimulated, which is a parasympathetic nerve, which produces relaxation response. So that's why they say, if your exhalation is longer, so you are more relaxed, the way you explained already, but I'm just saying from the medical point of view.
Yes, I know. I avoided those terms specifically because I was trying to explain the feeling people get. But you are right, obviously. Go ahead. Okay.
Thank you.
She is a doctor after all, right? Shakuntala?
Thank you.
See, what happens is when you talk to a doctor, you talk differently.
Yes.
Like, for example, Malti Poddar is also a doctor. So I use the word xiphoid process. If I said xiphoid process to others over here, they won't know what I'm talking about, right?
That's true.
Thank you.
Doctor,
Yes.
one
Go
more
ahead.
question can you answer?
Yeah, go ahead.
How do we say the word Om? Just tell me the proper way of saying Om.
Om.
Yes.
Okay. Om should always be said after taking a deep breath in. Okay? If you take a deep breath in, the Om, the sound will feel like it is coming from the belly. But even though the energy is coming from the belly, the sound is really from the vocal cords, right?
Okay.
So which is right over here. And what happens is, as you're saying it, the exhalation is happening automatically. And what you should feel is, you should feel like a lift, vibrations are lifting and going out of the top of the head. So if you take a deep, watch me now, I'll do a Om. We take a deep breath in.
Because
So what is happening is, somebody was talking about Ah, U and Ma, right?
Yes.
When we were doing Om, the Om was happening where the place from where it starts rising is as if from the belly, lower down the belly area, and is going up. And so that is described as the Ah, U, Ma. Now, of course, in the higher spirituality, we say the Om really emanates from the xiphoid process. Okay? But the xiphoid process is where the Om activates. Whereas on the other hand, when the xiphoid process activated along with the breath, the belly is where you have the lowermost part of the breath, where you feel like it's coming from, right?
Yeah.
And so the Om going through.
So no, sometimes they say you have to say Om. That's not right.
No, what's wrong with it? What you said was perfectly okay, not different from what I just said.
Okay. And no, automatically the head goes up when we breathe. We breathe deeply. Is it?
See, that is for each person, it will work slightly differently. You're right.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Doctor.
You're doing it perfectly, no problem.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so we'll close for today. Namaste, everyone. See you all tomorrow.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
very much, Dr.
Namaste. Thank you, Dr. Rajan.
Dr.
Namaste.
Rajan, I have
Namaste.
one
Thank you.
quick question.
Yeah, what is that?
Can you tell me about any ringing in the ear?
Yeah, ringing in the ear is called tinnitus. Yeah.
Yeah, is there any exercise for that?
Okay. For you, it rings in both ears?
Yes.
Hello. Oh, sorry.
Okay. Try this mantra and let's see if this works. You should try the mantra Ahaim, Ahaim, Ahaim.
Ahaim.
Ahaim, Ahaim, Ahaim.
Ahaim.
Try this mantra and tell me tomorrow if you found any relief immediately after, but the relief will only last for a few minutes. It won't stay for too long. Unless you do it for about 6 weeks or so, the tinnitus will not go away. You try it and tell me tomorrow whether you feel
What's
little
the
better.
word? I am?
Ahaim, Ahaim.
Ahaim. Okay.